Welcome back, everybody. It's Mr. Bull 897. We're here with some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. 2018, because we're in the future now. This car flies. The wheels are just there to look cool. Anyway, this is a beautiful truck, and I was going to kind of do some stuff off screen to get us some money so that we could kind of move into making our own stuff, but I realized that in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to get the, there's a perk in here to upgrade the space, and I'm gonna have to get that because this will actually I don't even think that one's gonna give us 2 lifts, but it might make it where we can have 2 vehicles in here. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to get where we can have 2 vehicles in here unless I have enough money saved up to for sure build one and put it in my garage. I mean, I do have my garage, but it's just kind of not, you know, terribly comfortable in here. But as of right now, we can't have our vehicle out. Like, I can't have another vehicle in here, basically. So I came over here, and I don't know if this is why, but I know you can go to the junkyard and get cheap cars, and same with like car auctions, and that's where you get like cheap cars that you fix up. But I can't go to either one right now, and I mean, I'll confirm that theory once I'm done with this truck. But I think it's just because I don't have the space for it in the garage at the moment. Anywho, let's go ahead and put this over on our lift. And I mean, I was able to like send that to my garage if I wanted to, but my parking garage. Anyway, I can't remember what's wrong with it. It has poor brake performance, so it just needs a new brake pad and, well, new brake pads and a new brake disc ventilated. It's a beautiful truck. I actually took it to the test drive track. We might do that when we're done with it, just for fun. But really all we're doing is fixing the one brake. So let's I keep pressing all these wrong buttons all the time. Let's go to overview mode and see if we can kind of determine which side we're going to be working on. I think it looks like it might be, no, that's orange. It's not red. Whoops. I gotta keep my cursor on this. Damn it. So, can't really tell from the back. Can I? Nope, that's kind of a pain. I think it might have to do with this one. So let's go ahead and take off this. Let's actually go to examine mode. I mean, that's orange. So I don't think it's that. Let's go to this back tire. And I can't see inside to tell if it's that. So we're just going to have to pull off this back tire. Okay. We'll have to pull off both back tires probably, because my luck is it's not going to be this one. So there's the brake drum. Wait a second. So, I mean, I will say this car here, this truck, is way different from the one I've worked on. There's no brake pads on this, is there? Okay, so, this is way different from the other one, so my guess is it is the front, because this one doesn't have brake pads on the back, which I guess just means it's mostly front braking. I mean, there's the brake, oh, maybe, you know what, it was probably inside of the brake drum. I'm kind of an idiot like that, so let's go take this back off. I should have known that. I know that much about brakes. Okay. Let's go ahead and take that off. Brake shoe. I think, I'm not certain. Let's go to examine mode. It's all yellow, but that'll do. See, all this stuff is already like telling me what's wrong because I took it for that test drive, by the way. So that like kind of is a quick way of figuring out what's wrong with the vehicle. Obviously, I don't think it's back here. I think it's on the front. So let's move on over to this. This one looked kind of bad, so we can I? Oh, yeah. Helps if I'm on the like tool to take everything apart, you know. So this is definitely a fucked up brake pad. But this seems to be fine. more so. Okay, so let's go ahead and take you off. Oh yeah, I don't need to take that off. I just need to take off the caliper. And then take out these brake pads, because those brake pads are screwed. Get it? Because I was just taking off a whole bunch of screws. I made it funny. Alright. Let's go and pull this tire off. And let's go to examine mode. Yep, that's what I need. Right there. So let's take off this caliper. Pad has to come off, but pad seems to be fine on that one, I believe. So, I don't know what I just did. Okay, let's go to my inventory real quick. Does it show me like an order? Those are the wheels I just took off. The brakes. I took off 2 sets of brake pads. There's one, and those were in good condition. So I just need the one brake pad and the ventilated thing. Okay, so main shop. This is a pretty easy job. This one here. Brake caliper. So nope, it wasn't the caliper. My bad. It was the brake disc ventilated. One of those, and I need a brake pad. Brake pads, I guess. Technically, it's 2, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and go here. Let's go to amount. What's that? This is going to get the new one. Yeah, because I never took off the old one. That's why I was like looking, was I didn't want to put the old one on this side. No, let's not do that. You go on the other side. Yes, you do, little brake pad. So this one gets the old brake pads. And then the caliper. And then you. Yes. There we go. And put the tire back on. There we go. This is kind of just an easy job overall on this one. Let's go on over here. Put on the new brake pads over here. Put on the caliper. Boom. Pretty simple. It's just kind of fixing the brake up, and it's not even that bad. I mean, I did have to take off 2 tires, but nothing compared to that last job we did, where I kind of messed up the whole thing and took apart the entire car without needing to. So there we go. Now let's go ahead and lower it down, just for effect and for fun. Let's pop the hood. All rusty. I want one of these, though, in the future. So let's go ahead and go here. Looks like the job is done, and we didn't hardly make any money off of that, so that's always awesome. Anyway, now to confirm that theory I had, let's run over to the door. And nope, still can't go to either one. So I guess maybe it's something, I don't know, maybe I have to unlock it, maybe I need money, I don't know exactly how to go about that yet. We don't have any skill points. With the next skill point, I am going to expand just so I have the repair tools and stuff, and then we'll figure it out from there, I would say. That's probably the way to do it. But I don't see, and surely it would be kind of early on here. I don't think it's going to be all the way down here. 50% off junkyard trips. 50% off buying levels. This adds some cool stuff. But none of this stuff adds like the ability to go to the junkyard that I see. So maybe it just comes with the expansion. I'm not sure. Or maybe I have to unlock the tablet and stuff. I don't know. We'll see on all that. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab another mission. We do have a story mission, so we're going to go and do that. It might take us a little bit, but it'll be fine. So when driving through a city, I didn't notice a speed bump. Please check the front suspension because I have an impression that something is not right. Okay, so let's go and take that order. Loading. There we go. Ooh, this is fairly pretty. Awesome. And it's the front suspension, so I wonder, for the fun of it, first I just kind of want to hop in because it's kind of pretty. And we can start her up. And, oh, that's a pretty steering wheel. And then let's take it to the test track because that'll tell us a lot about the suspension. Actually, there's a a suspension test on the test track. And I kind of just want to drive someone else's car. That's kind of the beauty of this game, is getting to drive all the different cars. Alright. So, first up is the acceleration. And I don't feel anything wrong with it. I feel like that's kind of... Whoops. My bad. I hope I can't really damage other people's cars. As I just did. Okay, so that's that. I mean, the problem isn't the car with the stopping, it was totally me, because, yeah, my hand's not terribly functional at the moment. Let's do our suspension test. And the brakes should be coming up. There we go. And what that'll do is actually, like, show us some of the damaged areas to start with, which is kind of awesome. Make life a little easier. Especially if this thing ever loads. I'm going to take a swig of Monster, because we all know that's my source of energy. Everyone who's watched me before could tell you that. Alright. Loading. And it does look like pretty much that whole front end. Awesome. So let's go ahead and move the car on over to the lift, because we're going to need it in there. And it's going to have to be up for us to do anything. Probably all the way up, because most of the suspension stuff is going to be underneath. And I think that's pretty much our issue. It's going to be all of that. Let's see. Well, still haven't discovered... I've discovered a ton of parts, but I haven't discovered all of them. That's wonderful. Is it all suspension? Please check the front suspension. Okay, so let's go ahead and get up all in here and get our examine mode on. That one's bad. That's good. That's good. Can't examine that without taking out the car. I think I should... Yeah, I just have to take the tie rods off to check that, so that might be part of what I have to do. Same with the bushings. This might be stuff that I do take off at some point. So that's shown us a good amount so far. At least that's good. I wonder if it has be examined on a test path. I don't have a test path. So it's either that or take it off the car, and I don't really want to take a whole car apart again by accident, so I'm going to try and do this smart. Let's check you, that's fine. So I have a feeling that the bushings are going to be a big part of it. I don't know why I just backed out. So let's go ahead and take off the front two tires. And we'll just kind of take apart the whole suspension on the front, I think. Learn it a little bit. Taking the tires off will just kind of help me, I think. Alright. It'll open up the area a little bit. Let me look at it. That's going to be part of what matters. Front drive axle. Is that bad? Yes. So let's go ahead and unmount you. And then let's go ahead and... This camera can be kind of a pain sometimes. There we go. And so we got that off, which connects to the drive shaft, but luckily that's all fine. So let's go ahead and see if we can take out this outer tie rod, the inner tie rod. Well, let me take out the suspension. Yes. So it's going to take you out. And then take you out. There's a piece I missed during my examination, actually. No, I didn't, actually. It's good. It's good to know. Alright. I'm a master. And let's take you out. The steering rack seemed to be fine, so that's kind of surprising. Everything around it was, like, totaled, but, you know. Okay, I think we pretty much... examine mode. I have to take those out. The front sway bar is bad, so let's go and take you out. Oh, it's because I'm not on the mode to take it out. Yeah, I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant. Ooh, that looks bad. So let's go ahead and do the shock absorber, should we? Okay. And there goes that. Which that says... I don't know how much it was at. Let's look at our list. So, I took out, yeah, the shock absorber. Let's look at the other one. Yeah, this one's going to do that too. So let's take you out. Shock absorber. It's going to dismantle like that. And now that leaves me with two parts that I've yet to discover, which may be that. Let's see if this pushes. Nope. Alright, we'll go put it back. I mean, I'm assuming it probably would have shown me if that was the problem. But, like, the rust detail it gets. So... Let's see. I mean, he did say it's gonna be... Here, let's check that. That's good. So I don't think it's gonna have much to do with the, Okay. I don't think it's gonna have, like, anything to do with the wheels. They don't seem to be bad. But I am missing two parts of the suspension. So suspension cross member seems to be fine. Let's go and take out the bushing. This one. I don't think that's the problem. Yeah, that's not the problem. So let's go and put it back. From my experience too, for some reason on this game, almost everything seems to affect both sides equally, so that kind of helps. Ooh, that looks bad. No, apparently it's not bad. It's all rusty. What about here? Nope. It's fine. What about brake pads? Fine. Let's go on over to the side. Just for some reason, like it might be on this side. I don't know. We'll see. We're learning, aren't we? Brake pads. So it's none of that. But the issue is with suspension, and that's pretty much it for the suspension. So that's kind of a problem. Unless for some reason it has to do with all that stuff. But I doubt it. Let's see. See, we're just kind of doing the same issue we had last time. But he did say that, I mean, he said it's suspension based, and so I think that's like the only area I need to pick to. So, EBS. Analog converter. I doubt it's going to be this way. Maybe it has to do with the rear suspension. But, I mean, the rear suspension all looks good back in here. Nothing looks rusty. Nothing looks broken. Which is really the important part. So let's navigate our way back up front, because I can't see anything. Alright. Let's see. I know people are just gonna be like face palming right now. Should say that. Like I know that's happening right about now. Everyone's just like, Jesus man, it's right in front of you. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if any of you guys know anything but more about cars than I do, but you probably do. 'Cause let's just face it, I'm bad at this. You know, my luck would be, it's like the 2 bushings that I haven't pulled out yet. Would be my luck. Let's look at the status. 2 parts. Drive through. If I'm driving through a city, I know speed bump. Please check the suspension. Totally just threw my phone on the ground. That's wonderful. And now my chair's sinking. My life is just hectic over here. I'm dying. Okay. I might cut that grunt out, but we'll see. It just kind of depends on my mood. I like grunting on camera. What was that? Car stops. The engine's worth DC now. Okay. I don't care about the engine. I don't think I care about the engine. I don't think that's important right now. Maybe it is. Maybe I should like be inspecting some of those parts, but I don't have anything to. Some of these things. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time by dumping the oil on my head. So, don't get your hopes up there, boys and girls. Huh. Well, I literally don't see anything it could be, I don't think. Let's go to this mode, because I can pretty much tell if it needs pulled out just by looking at it, because it gets like very it's got a full-on different look to it when it's in bad condition. Like this is slightly rusted, but it would still be like green because it's mostly silver. And for some reason this game uses rust to tell you how bad condition the parts are in, because it's completely realistic, you know. And so that's usually the way to go. Let's just go ahead and pull out these last rubber bushings. Just for the hell of it. Okay, that one's good, so let's go and put it back in. There we go. Huh. I don't know if there's like any more suspension for me to pull out. This is part of why I like this game though, is because it really like pushes the fold. With the, I don't know, with the springs, when I pulled those out, like with the, a whole bunch of ignition focus. With the shock absorbers, I didn't pull them completely apart, and I wonder if that's part of it. No, not yet. Let's go to car stats. Shock absorber A, shock absorber cat. Nope, that has it all in there, I think. What else is part of the shock absorbers? In the spring. I have that. Let's come over to this thing. I don't know how this works. Separate parts from this. Yes. Take parts. And then let's go to my inventory. And the spring. because the spring wasn't on there. So the spring's in good condition. So might as well go ahead while I'm over here and pull this one apart, because I'm going to have to anyway. But if that's in good condition, then what else could even be under here that matters? I mean, I think, let's check this, but I guess let's just check some of the stuff back here. I mean, it looks all fine to me from the outside, but I'm also not a genius, so maybe I need to just check all this. I'm close to a genius, though, I should say. I should warn you about that. That needs to be on a test path. Same with that. So that's good. That's good. Looks like I said, it looks like pretty much all of this back here is fine. Well, that one's in the yellow. So maybe it's not all fine. Maybe this thing's lying to me. Is that what I need? Is that part of it? Nope. I will not get so lucky. I mean, he said front suspension, so I don't think there's going to be a problem back here. Can't really find one anyway. But I think, as far as I know, I'm now pretty much taking out. Let's go ahead and take out this. And then let's just pull apart the front suspension, shall we? We'll just get into the same problem I've had before of pulling everything apart way ahead of time. Let me go over there. Take you out. And take you out. Now we've pretty much dismantled the underneath of the car that I know about. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing on the front end other than the engine itself. So, I wonder if it's in the engine bay. Would it be worth checking? Because, I mean, he did hit a speed bump pretty hard from what he told me. So maybe it, like, dislodged something in the engine, too. It's going to take those parts back. That could definitely be part of it. Let's see. What? Seems to be in good condition. Good condition. Good condition. So far, pretty much all this is in good condition. Like, really good condition. Like someone who actually knows what he's doing. Good condition. Like, better than me. Because I'm kind of a genius at this stuff now. I mean, I've done it in a video game. Which means I can do it in real life, right? I don't want to take it all off. Alright. I'll just pull this out. Yes. No, that's good. So we'll just put it back. Boom. No harm, no foul. See, I don't want to pull everything apart again when I'm not sure. Unless maybe it's... Did I check the gearbox? That's the question. Let's see. Let's lift her up. I like how the, I like how the brakes are just kind of floating in midair now. They're not connected to anything at all. Yep, I checked the gearbox. I mean, if it'll let me, I might just skip those. Is that possible for me to, like, just miss the two and be okay? Because it still says it's not discovered, and I don't know what else I can really discover. Huh. My time is running low. Let's go ahead and, I think get all this stuff. Did I check the ABS? I don't think I did. But I don't think it has nothing to do with suspension. And he said suspension. Front suspension. He talked like he knows more about it than I do. Okay. Let's go and take these calipers off. Let's just take this apart. See if it's something on the inside here that for some reason I'm missing. I don't think it is. I think all of it I was able to get to enough to deal with it. Yeah. But for fun, we're going to take this all apart so we can put this all. Basically, we'll be putting the whole front end of the car back together. Kind of like how we just did the whole thing with the engine. Way to go, me. We're doing exactly what I said I don't want to do with this one. But, hey. It's a learning exercise, right? Okay, I can just pull that out. In the middle muffler. The exhaust pipe's fine. So, let's go ahead and mount you back up. And mount the Cadillac converter back up. See, and I know what a Cadillac converter does. Like, I'm smart enough to know that the Cadillac converter converts the fuel into a Cadillac fuel. You know, well, the Cadillac fuel and normal fuel, because the Cadillacs don't need a Cadillac converter. I'm smart enough to know that. Okay, so I haven't figured out what parts I need. Huh. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get in here and start ordering. I know I need, like, shock absorbers. Front shock absorber A, front shock absorber cap. Lower suspension arm. So let's get in here and go to the main shop. Go to suspension. Front shock absorber A. Front shock absorber A. Yes. Front shock absorber cap. Yes. And I already forgot what the next ones were. Because, like we've determined, I'm bad at this. Lower suspension arm. Front drive axle C. Lower suspension arm. What was it? Arm. Lower suspension arm. Forgot. Oh, I'm bad at this game. Front drive axle C. Front shock absorber A. Another one. Front shock absorber cap. So, drive C. Suspension drive. D. I think it's all just front drive. Shock absorber. I know I needed another one of these. Another one of these. And I think front drive axle A. Yes. This is what I needed, right? I hope. Otherwise, I'm just spending money I don't have. Oh, no. Front drive axle C is what I needed, not A. Wonderful. Like I said, I just spent money I don't have. Front drive axle C. At least it gives us an extra axle to have. Let's see. For the future, maybe. I don't know. Suspension arm. I did all that. Sway bar, front end link A. Inner and outer tie rods. Sway bar front end link. 2 of those. Sway bar down to the S's. See, I know that much. Sway bar front end link. Sway bar front end link A. I needed 2 of those. And then I need inner and outer tie rods, 2 of each. Inner tie rod, 2 of each. Outer. Outer's going to be below inner because it's an O instead of an A. Okay. Awesome. I think I have everything I need to start putting it back together. Right? Oil pan, gearbox. And I mean, really, there's nothing else on the front end of this vehicle for me to pull apart to see what I'm missing. So, let's go put you back in. Put you back in. Now. Put you back in. Now. And we'll get all these bushings in. No way I don't forget one, because that's my habit. I don't know how much I like to screw the bush, so. Alright. Put this one in. And we need our steering rack, which is in pretty good condition. And the front sway bar, which is in pretty good condition. Inner tie rod. I need to put this back on to start rebuilding that. Outer tie rod. I need a good condition one. Okay. Lower suspension arm. Boom. Rubber bushing. Rubber bushing. Yes. That's good to go. Just about. There we go. That's pretty much it for this side. Other than, I do need to put the shock absorbers together. I'm pretty sure in order for me to do that, I actually have to come over here. So let's go ahead and do that. Shock absorber A. Spring. That's good. Yes. Ooh. It gives me a little animation. Cool. Let's go and take that. Let's join parts. Boom, boom, boom. All pretty new stuff. That's the way to do it. Okay, let's go and put the side of each car together now. Inner tie rod, outer tie rod, screw her on in there, low suspension arm. I needed 2 of those, didn't I? My bad. Whoops. I don't know what I just did. I clicked a whole bunch of random buttons again by accident, because I keep doing that. Low suspension arm. Suspension. Is that the one I needed? I hope that's the one I needed. It's the one I bought. So that's good. Here. Boom, boom, and boom. Yes. Oh, put these big old bolts in. It's so satisfying to watch. And then I need to come up to the shock absorbers. Boom. Those are in. We'll go ahead and put this back on, I guess. So put this whole thing back together, make it all nice and pretty, because that's the way the customer wants it, even though I'm going to be totally missing parts of it, if the game will let me anyway. I don't know if it's going to let me. I hope it does, because I don't want to like really spend much more time trying to figure out what's wrong with it when I took the entire front end apart, which I guess there shouldn't be anything wrong with it that I can't do now, I should say. Because I took the entire front end apart and I'm putting it back together, which means, theoretically, there is nothing that... Forgot to grab the other shock absorber. There's nothing they can throw at me on this front end. Theoretically, I say, because with my luck, there's no telling what they'll ask for. Oh, helps funding this rebuild. This is spring, shock cap. Okay, so it's pretty. Let's put this back together. This back on. Unless maybe there's just something in the engine compartment. I mean, maybe that's a possibility. Like the last one said it was all in the engine, but the radiator had problems, so maybe that's part of it. Screw you. Put you in there. Need another front drive axle C. How did I miss all these parts? Let's see. Suspension front drive axle C. Axle C. Bye. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wrong button. Let's go back to the mounting parts button instead of, you know, dismantling the stuff I just put together. Put this in. Connects to the drive shaft. I think really that's it for this. It won't let me put the tires back on. Yeah, which means I must be missing something. Oh, yep, I am. This is important. Boop. That connects to the suspension. Kind of need that in there. Now I can put the tire on this side. So, might as well. Oh, that's so satisfying. Let's move on over to this side. Put this one in. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So now I can put the tire on. That's just so satisfying for some reason. So I pretty much got the whole front end back together. And I still am missing two parts that I have yet to find that are damaged. So let's move into the engine to examine mode. See if we can figure this out. I don't think we'll be able to because I'm like right here. I mean, I could see it being something underneath from the damage he told me was like what was wrong with it anyway. But let's just take a look at this and see. Nope, I can't finish order till I figure it out. Okay, that's wonderful. A lot of parts respond well to certain things, so let's go over here. I keep pressing the wrong button. Speed track, off-road track, test track. I think like I have to be on the test track to figure out some of that stuff. But for fun, let's take it to the off-road track because it's totally a sports vehicle. So this will be a little on the entertaining side, and maybe, just maybe, we can diagnose. And my chair's sinking again, but this time I'm going to deal with it. Alright. Oh. Woo! Well, if there wasn't a problem with the suspension before, or if I fixed it, there is a problem now. See, we're going to figure out just how much damage we can... Oh, I can't even get on this hill. This car is just not made for this, is it? Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Definitely not a climber. Okay. I don't think that diagnosed anything for us, unfortunately. And I don't know if taking it to the racetrack will do anything else. Because that pretty much just does suspension. Clearly, I guess we don't have an issue with our suspension, so, you know, how that goes. Okay. But we are missing two problems. What are these things? Yeah. So this guy's just going to have to wait to get his car back. That's the way I look at it. Let's pop the hood. Car status. 2 parts, not discovered. And I'm assuming... I mean, I don't know if I should assume, but I feel like it's probably the same 2 parts. Like on both sides. Because that's usually how it works. Especially with it being 2 parts. But that whole front end itself looks to have been examined. And it all is in the green. So... maybe it has to do with the back. I totally just... Ooh, interior view. My bad. Let's go back to normal mode. I mean, there is a little bit of yellow in the back, so maybe that's supposed to be my sign, like, hey, take this apart and do me. Let's see. Let's see. That looks fine. I mean, for the most part, it looks fine back in here. Unless it has to do with the shock absorbers that I can't test. That's fine. You're fine. Maybe if I just take it to the test path again. Let's try doing that. We're gonna go to the test. I don't have the test path. Don't. I have the test track, but I examined everything from the test track. But I can. Huh. This is really bothering me. So, while we're at it, we'll be polite. Because I don't think it costs me any money. So, let's empty the oil. As I say where I'm from. That looked like a healthy dose. Compared to what some of the other ones have done for me. Oops. Return it. Let's get up in here. We're going to take this off. And the oil filter. Nope. And we're going to do the oil filter. Nothing. Nada. Examine mode. I mean, from what he's described as my customer, there's no problem at all with the engine. So that makes it even more wonderful that he won't tell me what the problem is. Okay. So that's all fine. That's all fine and dandy. So we're going to put it back because I don't want to dick with the engine too much. If it's not the engine. Oil filter back in. So let's drop her. Got an idea. There is one piece that is sort of part of all that I haven't tested. I don't think. Yes, that's the ABS money. So let's pull this apart. Because, I mean, I could see you damaging your, Nope, that one's at 80%. How about that? 80%. Okay. I mean, really, I could see if you were to damage your suspension that you could easily damage your ABS. But it's your automated braking system. So, see, I know a thing or two when it comes to that. The tires, I think, are fine, right? Yes. The tires are fine. Unless maybe it's one of these. Let's go and pull off these belts. Test the stuff that I can't really test that easily, like the power steering pump. That could be part of it. If you really fuck up your suspension, you can... Nope, it wasn't that. Darn, I pretended to know what I was talking about. Crankshaft, maybe? Nope, it seems fine. I don't know. It's fine. Doubt it, but we'll check the water pump. It's fine. So let's go back to putting everything back together. You know what I'm going to check? The radiator. Because that was the problem child on the last one. Alright, let's get you in there. Let's get you in there. And I really don't want to like pull that apart to check the timing belt. So we're just going to assume that it's fine. For now. We can hope, can't we? Okay, let's get you back in there. Oh, you should be doing that. Oh, fuck. Well, it's definitely the radiator. Just don't know how to get it off. Oh, I'm on the mount side. Just look at that radiator. Boom. Does that tell me? Radiator A, fan housing B. Right? Radiator A, radiator fan housing B. It is the fan housing this time, not the fan. Okay. Of course it's the radiator. Always the radiator. I need to check the radiator every time. Radiator. Radiator. Is the radiator in? No, radiator fan housing. And... which I don't know why I bought it. I have one. I guess it was radiator. For some reason I thought it said B on one of them. Oh. Oh, fan housing B. Now I own 2 of those fan housings that I don't fucking need. Okay. That's the fan housing B. Come over here. Jump in the system. And put you in. And put you together. Yes. Good to go. Oh, 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 almost forgot to put the oil back in. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you piss off a customer. And... there we go. I guess you could also royally piss off a customer by just pouring oil all over his engine like that. Oh, that's done. And we lost money from that somehow. Probably because of that extra radiator I bought. So let's go into inventory. And we have a bunch of stuff here that we're not even going to be able to repair if we get there. So I'm just going to keep selling this stuff up. And then also we have radiator fan housing. See? you know, we have extra radiator fans, and oh hell no, I'm not selling that for $55. I bought it for 10 times that. I do have an upgrade point, so let's go ahead and unlock this upgrade and expand our garage at the end of this long episode. And that, ladies and gentlemen, gives us a nice little workbench, which is awesome. And let's see, just one last thing before we go. Nope, we still can't go get our own vehicles. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe we have to do so many missions beforehand or what. But now we can come over here and some of our damaged parts we can repair, which is awesome. That's going to make things a lot cooler, a lot simpler. I do have faster walking speed and faster installing and removing parts that I can get. That'll honestly probably be the next thing I get. Those next two things. Because I kind of, like I said in the last episode, I have this OCD thing about level ups and like progressing in a game that I want to progress through all of them and where I believe it's possible. And it just kind of bothers me to skip over certain things. So that's just kind of how I work. Anyway, on the next episode, we're going to see what's coming up. Because we do have all these special missions. Off camera, I'm going to get us some money. I believe I might just do some odd jobs. Learn a little bit more about the game. We'll see. I don't know. I do kind of like playing this with you guys. And really, it kind of seems like right now it doesn't necessarily matter because for a little bit anyway, I don't get to go to the junkyard or really do anything too special. I don't think. I can go to the abandoned airport, so we might do that next episode. I don't know what that is, but we'll see. So anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one. So this is Mr. Bull 897. I'm going to be signing out.